Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com.
All right, so much is going on. I got to tell you, too, and really appreciate our viewers, our listeners. Thanks for the feedback we continue to have when I interviewed Henrik Fisker of Fisker Automotive. So make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. And we have with us today, I'm so excited, my good friend Preston Weekes. He is the co-founder of Operations X, partnership with Formula EQ, and we'll be talking about the special book and program that he has too. And you can reach him at PrestonsLinks.com. Hello, Preston.
Hello, David. It's great to be here. So yeah, I have that PrestonsLinks.com because I'm actually up to so many different things. It's a little bit hard to keep track of sometimes. So
I want to get right into it because every time I'm around you, you're always filled with so much energy. So I need to ask you, boy, like, what do you eat for breakfast?
You know, actually, I have, in my whole Formula EQ, we're kind of teaching these things to people now, but I have processes, I have this way of living, and it's all about, I started living in circadian rhythm. It's not just the breakfast I eat. So I'm waking up, I live most of my day by the sunlight. I live by as much sunlight as I can because sunlight gives you positive energy, it gives you vitamin D, it makes you feel good, strong, helpful, powerful. It heals the body and it does so many things for you. And so that's part of it. So I'm pretty much up at like 5:30 every day. I do that naturally. And then for breakfast, I have a pretty light breakfast, usually just a protein shake until I get later into the day.
So then what time do you go to bed?
So I used to, funny enough, I used to be an insomniac. I mean, certified, classifiable insomniac. I mean, so back in the day, my background, I was in the car business. So I started with one $1,600 car, built that into owning and co-owning 15 different car dealerships, built into a $50 million a year company. And I was working like crazy. I was buying, I was selling, I was, going to the auction at 5:30 in the morning, review cars, buy cars, bring them back to the lot, set up the lot, train the people, go back to the house, put the kids to bed, then research the cars I had to buy till 2 a.m. the next day. And then, rinse, repeat. And so I thought, if I keep this up, I'm going to die. Like, it is good money. I like it, but you have to live a sustainable life. And so I had to figure out how to balance that because I can just run. I just get going and I'm like a train, once you get me moving, I just get going and going and going and going and I get my groove and I like to keep going and I can just stay in it. I'm happy working. So I had to be really intentional and design my life to be a higher performer and be, have a good, positive, happy life too. So I try to shut down early. I try to shut things off, as early as I can and, spend the back end of the day with my kids, with my family. I've got 3 kids. I know your family is really important to you, but you have those things that, recenter you, that pull you back into the middle so that you can wake up the next day and be a high performer and be reset. And then I always have personal time too. So I take the first, usually 2 hours. So like 5:30 to 7:30 is like my time. So I'll meditate, I'll exercise, I'll stretch, I'll do personal learning. So my mantra is relentless improvement. And so I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly, taking the next thing because the world's moving around us. The world's constantly in motion. It's going. And if we're not in motion, we're either evolving or devolving. We're moving forward or we're moving backward with it because it's moving around us. Like we're sitting here right now and we're talking, but people are out there working, people are out there doing things are getting done. And so you've got to keep that motion, keep, that conversation moving forward in life. So that's how I do it.
And you've teamed up with Mark Victor Hansen, the famous author, co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. Talk to us about the projects and books and things that you're doing with him.
Yeah, so we have some amazing, amazing things. We launched the You Have a Book in You course, which we got to share with the Eliance members in your amazing event. And so the people just love that. They got a ton out of it. People are so excited because what we're doing is we're inspiring people to tell their story. We're inspiring people to take their story and share it with the world. And everyone has a story. You have a story. You got to write your book, Dave. You've got a million great stories. But everyone out there has a story. And they need to share it. They need to share it with the world. And so we built Hanseninstitute.com. And you can find that at my Preston's links at Hanseninstitute.com. And see the offerings that we've got to teach people to go from story to authorship, from book to business. So you can take your book and not only write a book that has the foundation of a book that'll sell, because there's a lot of different things. People are out there that are selling quick fixes. Oh yeah, get on Amazon, number one, pump, a big marketing budget into it, do all these, creative things. But there's also another side, and that's building a book that has the foundation to last, the foundation to stand the test of time, the foundation to create sales, to create connectedness. And so that's part of the foundation and formula that we teach at the Hansen Institute. You have a book in your program that we came up with, Mark, is we took his 40 years of authorship experience, and I built that into a course with him to help teach people and help to change the world. That's my mission. Yeah,
I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And we're here and we have the opportunity today to be able to help change the world because you're listening to me and watching me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show with Preston Weekes, co-founder of Operation X, Partnership Formula EQ, working with Mark Victor Hansen because you have a book in you, and you can reach him at PrestonsLinks.com. That's Preston's with an S at the end, links.com, or of course we'll have it on our website at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. And you may have the lifetime opportunity to meet him in person live at one of our many various experiences at Eliances, because Preston is a member and part of the Eliances community and highly respected within the community. In fact, Preston, maybe you could share with our listeners and viewers of what it's been like for you to be part of the Eliances community.
I would love to. I would actually be happy to. One thing that I always teach people is you are who you surround yourself with. So the 5 people you surround yourself with the most are who you become by, who you turn into, your mannerisms, your characteristics, they come from those people. So Eliances is an amazing community. You want to be supporting yourself with communities. They're strong, they're powerful, they're full of doers and people trying to do things. And Eliances is incredible. And not only, here's one thing. So I've been a member for years now with Eliances, but one thing that I didn't realize when I signed up that's powerful, that I think people need to realize as they join a group and become a part of a community like Eliances, where you get to be a part of this community. And not only do you get to reach the people that are there, because the people that are there are incredible, but when you make connections, real connections, and make friendships with the people that are there, not only do you have a network of people are there, but you have their network. So it's the second degree connections that are actually the most powerful in that network, because you build relationships with people you trust. And so say you have 100 or however many, friends in that group, and they each have 10 connections that you probably need. So you just multiplied it out by, now you've got 1,000 good, solid, trusted connections. So it's that multiplier that you get when you have a community like you've created at Eliances, because people are there to support each other and help, and it creates where entrepreneurs align. It creates alignment, and that's what matters.
Well, it's successful because it's people like you and you being part of the community and helping others. And again, even the point of helping them with their book, because you've got a book in you. What has surprised you most with the people who've come to you who said, have I got a book in me? Okay, if I've got a book in me, how do I get it out? What should I write? What has surprised you most about the stories that people have brought to you?
Well, yeah, one of the biggest surprising things is, one, how much people doubt themselves. So they come and they go, oh, I want to tell my story, but, I'm just a nobody, I don't have anything special. And the most amazing thing is I get to talk to these people and I hear their stories, and their stories are incredible. and they need to be shared with the world. And what I tell people is, if you look at Mark's #1 selling author in the world, and he was a nobody. He was literally what you would consider a nobody. He came from nothing. He had no background. His parents didn't even speak English. And he built an empire because he had heart. He connected his heart into what he was doing, and he expressed it, and he shared it with the world, and he was willing to be vulnerable and do that. And people don't understand the power that they have inside them. People are amazing. And so that's my goal, just to unleash the power of people. I love it. I see that happen, and we're doing it every day. I do it at formulaeq.com. We're doing it at Hansen Institute with the books. And it's just the most amazing thing.
You know, we all come from different backgrounds. We're all raised different ways. And, you know, as we grow older, some we agree with, some we don't. You mentioned that you have 3 children in that, and you definitely know how important I feel about, you know, my children and stuff. Well, what kind of advice can you give out there to parents to be able to share and secrets they should share with their children, and now having the opportunity, regardless of however they were raised, what should they be doing and sharing with their children?
Well, one, the first part is don't wait. So people go, oh, I want to do something. I want to plan something. I want to do something special with my kid. I want to, wait for the right time to do something. Oh, I'm going to go, they have all these goals. Don't wait. Just go do it. Just go do it right now and teach them everything. Teach them everything that's helped you. Teach them everything you know, and teach them every day. Constantly teach. Because these little tiny souls need to build a foundation that's solid. And the most important place to get that from is their parents or their parent figure, whatever that is. Sometimes in people's life, it's different. And so I think teach, and empower people, because if you can empower kids, empower the next generation to be a leader, to be powerful, to be strong, to be resilient, to be thoughtful and smart, then we're really changing the world, and we're really making a difference. Because, like, I fix people's problems, but that's going backwards now. If we can train people to be strong in the future, then we're just doing better, up from the front, and we're expanding it. So I think it's a huge thing. It's the most important thing in my life is my kids, and, making sure that I can teach them and be there for them.
Well said. Well, Preston, your drive is helping people create lasting and permanent change. You inspire others to do more and to help themselves. That's a hero. Preston Weekes, co-founder of Operations X, Partnership Formula EQ, and working with Mark Victor Hansen, because guess what? You have a book in you. Go to PrestonLinks.com. That's PRESTONS links.com. This has been David Kogan with the Eliances Hero Show.